welcome to your first make and take for tonight's online workshop. Thank you for joining me. I hope you like the 3 projects that I have planned for you tonight. I had a hard time narrowing down all the products that I wanted to use for these make and takes because there are so many beautiful things. But for this first one, I decided to do a card using one of our new punches. And I ended up doing 3 different cards to kind of show you how it would work with different stamps. This paper first that I want to tell you that we're going to be using is here on page 12, and you can barely see it up here, and it's called Merry Little Christmas Designer Series paper. If you flip back one page, you'll see a bunch of beautiful things here in the catalog using that paper. I also have pulled out the paper to show you how gorgeous it is. All the patterns on one side are Old Olive and either Whisper White or Basic Black. And I really like this paper because the patterns are simple to use. There's not anything giant and big and hard to use on a card. I like simple patterns, and I especially love this one. So then on the back side, there are a bunch of patterns that are black and white. And these, I have a pair of shorts that look just like these. I love anything gingham, and I especially love black and white gingham. So this paper I'm having a hard time using because I want to hoard it. It's so beautiful. I want to keep it forever. But I'm going to show you how you can use this, not for Christmas necessarily, which is intended for in the catalog, but for many other things. I use basic black paper a lot, and same with these others. This one is just a black and white leaf pattern, some kind of like stars, little snowflakes, big snowflakes. So that is just kind of a run through just to show you how gorgeous this paper is. So then I decided I wanted to use the new punch right here that's also on 12, and it's called the Everyday Label Punch. And it actually comes, you can get it in a bundle with this stamp set, which is called Merry Little Labels, which has some great stamps. But I decided to use the other stamp set that coordinates with it here in the catalog called Labels to Love. And you can see how these, when they're grayed out like that, it means they coordinate with punch. So I'm actually using this stamp set along with the punch as well. And I decided to use this one because I wanted to show you the different holidays that we could use. So that's what we're going to do. I did the same design on the cards, the same setup. So here's the first one, and this is the one we'll be making today. It's a kind of a Thanksgiving card. I did a Christmas project, and then I thought, okay, I'm going to do something fall Thanksgiving-ish. That's the one we're going to do. But here is the same setup using the Merry Christmas stamp, and then here's one for Halloween. Look, there's that paper, black and white. So that paper can go a long way. I used all that paper here on all 3 cards for 3 different seasons. I think this is a set of paper that really would carry you throughout the year because Old Olive is a great spring color as well. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start on this one. I'm going to actually show you how to alter your punch and do something different as well. But we're going to start out with an Old Olive card base, and this is just a 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock cut in half this way and then folded in the middle. And we're going to adhere a piece of 4 inches by 5 1/4 Whisper White cardstock right here. And then I picked out 2 of the greens that I liked, 2 of the Old Olives, and we're going to adhere them down. I'll have the measurements for these on the project sheet. Every project I do tonight has a PDF that goes with it, and it'll have all the item numbers and the price and all of that if you want to order some of these products. And it also will have these measurements on it and a photo of the projects. All right, so there we have the base. Now you can see I stacked lots of things, and I've done a little bit of it ahead of time. Here is that other gingham that I love so much, and I used our largest stitched circle framelit. You guys probably are sick of me using these. I can't stop. I love them so much. The stitching line, the pack comes in circles and ovals and squares. It's fabulous. So I cut one of those out. We're going to use one of these really cool things. They're called foil snowflakes, but I don't know, to me it looks like it could be a leaf, don't you think? Looks like leaves. So I cut one in half. They come in gold and silver, and on this one I'm using silver. And then we need a Old Olive, just a good old outlined label. Now, how I did this is, you're probably like, what happened to your stamp? This is red rubber, guys. This is called a clear mount stamp as opposed to photopolymer. Our stamps come in different options. This one only comes in clear mount, which means it mounts on a clear block. It's not clear, it's not see-through. It's clear mount. But the rubber on the inside was kind of bulging out, so every time I stamped it, I got that big ink blob there. So I just took my my razor and I just cut it out, and now it's totally fine. If that ever happens to you, that's something you can do. And Stampin' Up! Is great about replacing stamps and stuff that do that, but with this, I thought I can just fix that real quickly. I won't have to wait around. I can start using it, and it works just fine. All right, so Old Olive on Old Olive cardstock, and here's that new punch I was talking to you about. We're not gonna put any kind of sentiment in there. We're gonna punch that out. And then we're going to do the sentiment. And you can see I've done 3 different colors here. When I was a new stamper, that was the thing that got me confused right away. How in the world do you put different colors on a stamp? Well, it's very easy. When you have our Stampin' Write markers, you just color right on the stamp. And so this was a good one for that, I thought, to get those fall colors. The colors that I'm using are Old Olive, Pumpkin Pie, and Cherry Cobbler. All 3 really good fall colors. And I just go through here, and you don't have to work too quickly because we're gonna blow on it, we're gonna huff on it, and make sure it's still nice and juicy. So just give it a little huff and stamp it right on your Whisper White. Now, you'll notice mine is smaller, so let me show you how to do that. You're going to punch it out so that it is all the way over on that side, okay? So let's get it in the right place. And you can do this with lots of our punches. And now we're going to stick it in over here just until we think it's centered and we have equal amounts of space on this side and that side, and punch it. And look at that. Now you have a different punch. I think that's so fun. Okay, so we're ready to put it together. I'm going to add a little something to the edge of this label. I'm going to put some adhesive. This is our new basic black, what are they calling it? Vintage crochet trim. And it's actually with Halloween stuff. But I'm using black on this card, so I'm going to use it here. And I'm just going to put it along the edge. Let's see if I can cut it without making too big of a mess here. There we go. All right, and I just wanted a little something poking out on the edge to give it some texture. All right, so let's start by putting some Fast Fuse here. And we're gonna lay down this beautiful snowflake that we think looks like a leaf. And then we're gonna take some dimensionals, a couple of dimensionals, and put this guy right here. And then we're going to take this guy and put him sticking off a little bit. Just a little bit like that. Perfect. And I think I need another dimensional right here. There, now it's all even. All right, so there we have that. And of course, my favorite Baker's Twine, basic black Baker's Twine. I can't live without it. Let's just make a little bow. And when I send you your make and take packs, you guys, I will have your bows tied for you already. Remember, if you put in a $35 order using the Hostess code attached to this workshop by Monday evening, you're going to get all 3 make and takes for free. I'm going to mail them to you. That's just part of my thank you. All right, now let's put 3 dimensionals. 1, 2, 3. And right there. Now I felt like it needed a little something more, so I took some of our metallic sequins, and afterwards I thought I could also use our new black jewel rhinestones that are in the holiday catalog, and those would have gone well too, and they would have been much easier to put on. because these are hard to grab. All right, so, oh, that one jumped right back in. I love when that happens. If you have a pair of tweezers, an old pair of tweezers, that is really good to handle these little jumping beans. I have such a hard time with these. I just smeared my glue. All right, come on. You know what? We're gonna get a bigger one. Let's see if we can get that off. Let's see. I could dig through here all day. I feel like there's so many different little sequins in here. All right, there we go. All right, so I hope you like this card. Remember that this whole layout, or this card sketch, the design, the actual where everything goes, is exactly the same for the Halloween card. And you can see I've pretty much used the same products. I left the punch, obviously, it stays bigger, stays normal size on that one. And then here's the Christmas one, and I made that little punch smaller as well. And I used Stampin' Write markers on both of these as well. All right, you guys, I hope you liked it. Look for the product sheet in the comments if you're watching this during the online workshop. If not, it'll be linked on my YouTube page in the comments, in the description. And let me know if you have questions, and I'll be back in just a few minutes with another fun thing for us to do. All right, bye-bye.